You are not late. You were just convinced that there is a right age for everything. A right age to know your future. A right age to be successful. A right age to make money. A right age to be confident. A right age to finally become someone. And once you believe that, every person your age starts to feel like a threat. Someone gets promoted, and suddenly your job feels small. Someone buys a house, and suddenly your life feels unstable. Someone gets married, starts a business, changes their body, moves to a new city, and without realizing it, you turn their progress into evidence against yourself. But here's the problem. You are not comparing your life to their life. You are comparing your messy middle to their cleanest screenshot. You see the result, not the years of confusion behind it. You see the confidence, not the insecurity. You see the achievement, not the cost. And then your brain does something brutal. It takes their best moment and places it next to your most uncertain one. Of course you feel behind. The comparison was rigged from the beginning. But the deeper problem is not just comparison. The deeper problem is that you start living as if there is an invisible scoreboard above your head. You stop asking, "What do I actually want?" And you start asking, "Am I losing?" And that question changes your entire life. Because now you don't want success because it means something to you. You want success because you are scared of looking unsuccessful. You don't want progress because it feels meaningful. You want progress because you need proof that you are not falling behind. You don't want a better life. You want evidence that you are not wasting yours. And that is why, even when you achieve something, it doesn't feel like enough. Because achievement cannot fix a life that is being built from panic. The finish line moves. At 18, you're supposed to know your future. At 25, you're supposed to be building it. At 30, you're supposed to be stable. And if you're not, your brain starts calling it failure. But real life doesn't move on a universal schedule. Some people start early and feel empty later. Some people look successful and are completely lost. Some people spend years confused before anything connects. And some people have to lose the life they were performing before they can build one that is actually theirs. They are not late. They are becoming honestly. But honest becoming doesn't look impressive online. Confusion doesn't get applause. Healing doesn't look productive. Starting again doesn't look glamorous. So everyone hides the messy part. And because everyone hides the messy part, everyone thinks they are the only ones struggling. That is why so many people feel behind. Not because they are actually failing, but because they are judging themselves with incomplete evidence. You see someone's outcome. You don't see their anxiety, their pressure, their loneliness, their doubts, their private moments where they questioned everything. You see the result, not the price. So if you feel behind right now, ask yourself one question. Behind compared to who? Compared to a friend? Compared to a stranger online? Compared to an imaginary version of yourself you created years ago? Maybe the problem is not your speed. Maybe the problem is the timeline. Maybe you are trying to win a race that was never yours. And the moment you understand that, something changes. You stop asking, "How do I catch up?" And you start asking, "What direction is actually mine?" That question is quieter, but it is much more powerful. Because some parts of life don't look like progress while you're inside them. They look like delay, confusion, repetition. Only later do you realize they were rearranging you. So maybe you're not late. Maybe you're just in the part of the story that nobody claps for yet. The quiet part. The uncertain part. The part where you stop chasing a life that looks impressive and start building one that actually belongs to you. Maybe falling behind was never the problem. Maybe the problem was trying to arrive at a life you didn't even choose.